Hi, and welcome to Take Time to Create. Today we're going to make some book jewelry. Fun fact about me, if I'm not crafting, I'm reading. If I'm not reading, I'm crafting. I love to read. And I love all the book jewelry. And I have these little earrings that we are going to make today. Now, if you go online, you go onto YouTube or blogs or anywhere online, you will see about 850 million tutorials on how to make these really cute, teeny tiny books. I love them. They are so cute. But, side note, I'm a lazy crafter. Very lazy. I'm also impatient crafter. I want to have it done, and I want to have it done now. I don't want to wait for it. And making these teeny tiny little books is kind of a pain. So what I did is I went online and bought some miniature books, and they have these dollhouse miniature books. This one's really cute. It's a thick book. I found these on Amazon, I think, and you can find them all over. And these are just more little miniature books. And here, let me open it. They're not very expensive, and it just saved me a lot of time and a lot of grief. And so this is the way we're going to make our jewelry. Just go buy miniatures. Or if you want to make them, if you think that that's something you want to do, feel free. By all means, watch this video, then go watch somebody else's on how to make a little teeny tiny book. There are so many wonderful tutorials, but like I said, I want to have it done very quickly. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a pair of earrings. So this set came with all kinds of books. So what we're going to do, let me scoot them out of the way. These guys are super duper cute, and they are Grimm's Fairy Tales. I love them. And they're green, and somebody will enjoy them. These are perfect. Great for gifts, great for craft fairs, great for yourself. Hoard them so nobody else has to get them. These are just classic looking leather bound books. Very cute. Like I said, I think I found these on Amazon. I will try and find the links and put them down below. They could be affiliate links. And if you click on an affiliate link and you make a purchase, I get a few cents. Not a big deal, but thank you for your support. I appreciate all of your support. So let's go ahead and make a set of earrings. We're going to take this burgundy color, and what I like to do is punch a hole, and I have an awl here, and then we're just going to punch a hole. Now when you punch the hole through, you want to have a mat underneath for safety, and you want to be very careful. It's not super sharp, but it's sharp enough. You want to be careful. And you don't want to punch too far out here or it will split. And you don't want to punch too far in or you won't be able to get your jump ring through it. There's a little happy medium ground, and it's about here. And so what I'm just going to do is just take my awl and just punch it through. So now we just punched through, and it's not all the way through, and we'll just kind of wiggle it on. Be very careful. Ta-da, just like that. So then you pull it out, and we're going to punch from the other side. If your book is too thick or you ran into some of the glue on the binding, just gently open it up, and then you can punch through this side, and then you can punch through this side, and then you can make a complete pass through it. So go ahead and finish that up. Now I have both of these punched, and what we're going to do is add a jump ring. And since the binding has a little gold details on it, I'm going to use gold findings because I want to make sure that all matches. That's just a detail that you want to pay attention to when you're making jewelry. If something is gold toned, then go ahead and make it gold. If it is silver toned, go ahead and make it silver. Sometimes if you have rose gold or a more yellowy gold, then you want to really pay attention to that. It just makes your stuff a little nicer. Just slip that through, and then we'll close it up. Now the way these hang, they hang a little weird on your ear. Now we're having a little bit of an angle. What we have to do is add a second jump ring so that it hangs so that the book is facing forward. It just makes it look nicer. So we're just going to open up a second jump ring. We wrap it around. Then we take the earring and we have it so that the bump is facing forward, how you want to wear your earring, and then we close it. All right, that's it. That's all we have to do, and now we have this really, really cute earring already ready to go, and it'll hang like that on somebody's ear. So then, there's their face, or, here. So that will look so, so cute. And it was a lot easier than actually making the book yourself. Let's make another piece of jewelry with these books. What we're going to do is we're going to make a little cover. So just in case you don't I've already punched through the middle, so that's why there's a hole. So just in case you don't like the cover, so we're going to do a Grimm's Fairy Tales in blue, and say you're not too fond of this. That's all right, no big deal. What you do for these, just take a piece of scrap paper, and I have this really pretty scrap paper, and I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out a rectangle. The only measurement I am worried about right now is the width. I want to make sure that it encases the book on all sides. And take some wet glue, and I'm using Scotch Create permanent glue pen. I'm using a wet glue, so I have time to let it dry, and I have a little bit of working time, but I'm not using hot glue because that'll leave it a little chunky. So just take your glue. I'm going to take a small bead and run a little bit of glue on the spine. And then we're going to put it on the top, just a little bit. And just press it down nice and firm, let it dry. All right, once you've given it a few minutes to dry, you just want to let it set up before you start cutting the paper. Now you want to cut the edges off, just very carefully, and you don't want to cut the book. So just, kind of open up the papers, cut along the edge, and trim off all of the excess. Once all the excess is trimmed off, you can see a little bit of blue shining through. And to make it a little better for detail, what I do is I take some dye-based ink, and this is Memento, and it's in Rich Cocoa. And I'm just going to open up the book. I want it to look a little old and red and a little rusty, and books aren't rusty. I want to make it just a little old and worn, like it's been around for a while. So I'm just taking the Memento on the inside to cover up some of that blue. I'm really rubbing it on the edge, and I'm getting it on the edge. Now it's okay. For what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a stacked book necklace. And so if I've got a little extra on the corner, that's okay. Just adds a little detail, a little character to it. Try not to get it on your fingers, because if you get it on your fingers, then you will transfer the ink and it will get on your book and you'll end up with a fingerprint. I don't like that. See, so don't do what I did. You want to try and be a little neater. But if you happen to get a little bit on the book, that's okay. We're going to cover it up. All right, so now I have 3 of these little books, and make sure when you glue that you glue all the way to the edges, because you want to make sure it looks good. Now, I'm just going to eyeball it, punching my awl in the middle. Now, you are more than welcome to measure and get it in the exact center, but I like to get things done quickly. So this is an example of where I've punched it a little bit, and now I have to open it up and find out where it went on the inside. There we are. So now I'm going to punch it here and punch all the way through to the back. And then I have the back side punched, and I will be able to go all the way through. Now all 3 books have been punched. Now I have to decide what's going on top, what's going on bottom, how do I want them to look. I have I don't know what it's called, some kind of finding, head pin maybe, something like that. But it's got a flat end here and it's blunt on the other end. So what I'm going to do is take a little glass bead, thread it on the end. Then I'm going to take my books and thread them on. This way, the bead's not going anywhere. I will glue it, but we'll get to that in a second. I just want to make sure it's all going to fit, it's all going to look good. You want your best looking book on top. So that's this one, because that's the one people are going to see the most of. All right, so this is going to be a necklace. So you have to decide how you want your necklace to show. Do you want it to look like this, just a stack? Or do you want to rotate things and alter them a little bit? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stagger it a little bit, just like this. Oh, that's cute. Look how cute that is. Oh, I love it. So I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of E6000. And that's more than a tiny bit, but that's okay. A tiny little bit of E6000, and then I am going to pull that down. I have a little excess glue. I'm going to wipe that off. And so now I've glued the head of the pin into the bead, and they're not going anywhere. Tiny bit on the bottom of the bead. And I'm going to pull that through just like that. Very cute. And let me let that dry, and then we will finish this up. So now what we're going to do is we are going to glue the little books down. And I'm actually going to take it apart a little bit. Just add a little bit of glue, and I'm just using more of this Scotch glue pin. Then thread it on. And I'm going to have things just a little bit tipped because I think that looks cute. Thread the last one on. We'll tip it the other way. Make sure everything looks good. Now this is the front. This is how it's going to hang on a person. So make sure you have everything the way you want it. I want it a little skewed, but not too much, just enough. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to take a binder clip and clip it down, let it dry, then we will finish up this project. All right, so this one's all dry now, and there we go, that's the front. And I just trimmed off the excess on the pin there, and I looped it around, and I added a jump ring. So I made another stack with ones that look like they're leather bound. I have them clipped here. I did it the exact same way that I did these, just did it off camera. I used E6000 here on the pin, on the bead here. I put E6000 on the top, and then I put it on the bottom just so everything's nice and secure. So what I'm going to do is just take this pin here, and I am going to hold on to everything and just bend it to a 90-degree angle, just like that. Then I am going to trim off the excess. I want a bigger loop, but not a huge loop. Okay. And then I'm just going to swirl it around like that. And in focus for you. There you go. Now I have a little loop just like that. And I take a jump ring. And I'm just going to open the jump ring up. All right. I opened the jump ring and I will slide it in there. Oops. As always, first drop your work. I tell you, I am always dropping my stuff. All right. Then we close the jump ring. And it looks like that. And now you have a stack of books that hang from a necklace. Look how cute that is. All right. So we have made book earrings. We've made book pendants. I just took extras and whatever I had, I just made it into new jewelry. I think these will be great gifts, and I think I'll sell a few at a craft fair. And I think first I'm going to pick through and find the ones I want to wear first. Oh, and I had this, I found it on Amazon, and I wanted to see what it looked like. And it's a giant book. Isn't that cute? Once again, just a miniature book. It's in the miniature dollhouse stuff. So cute, but it's a big, fat, thick book. And I just punched through the spine here, and now it is a pendant. Isn't that cute? Love how that turned out. And there you go. Now we have some pendants and earrings and all kinds of really cute book-related jewelry. Please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and you can find me on my blog. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.